This is one of my favorite ones. This track is designed to be in a loop. We loop in. What up, Earn it. Because I'm going to earn it. You know what I'm saying? What up, Orlando? What up, Mind, Body, and Crypto? Yes, sir. Shit's going down right now. BTC pushing 65. Looks like it might not make it. We'll see what happens. What's up, y'all? This your boy, Crypto Bruh, a.k.a. Mo World Peace, the DJ / producer, coming back again with another daily video about the crypto space as I see it. Traditionally, we talk about Zen here. And yeah, man, we talk about ownership. I had an epiphany yesterday. Well, I didn't have an epiphany. I had a realization. I realized that majority of crypto is no longer in parallel with ideology. And I know that this is like a duh type of moment, but you know, in your journey, you're going to have to cross paths with this realization that all of this shit is mediocre. And yeah, you play the game how you want to play the game. But again, that's why I like Zen, because currently it's one of the most pure cryptos out, which is actually its demise. Since it's so damn honest, it's not fun to play with. And that's okay, because again, this is a supply coin. It's designed for distribution. So realistically, it has an 8-year runway to do magical things. And that's the hardest pill to swallow in Zen, is that it's an 8-year play. You got 8 years theoretically. But yeah, maybe the community bands together. Everybody sees the vision, sees how badass the Zen coin is. Get no pre-allocated coins can show up. No VC coins can show up. No extra anything can just appear. Only those that have the coins, that are making the coins, that are holding the coins, can mess up the price if that's what you care about in a crypto. But those elements, those hodling elements, is what really makes Zen special, because again, it's hard to find a crypto you just want to hold because you know someone's going to want it later down the road. And that is first principles of crypto in a nutshell. We do other things as well. We teach you how to earn, currently we're owning hashes, which is very boring. You try to explain to someone, yeah, bro, like I'm having hella fun right now. I'm hashing solXEN, and they're like, yo, what the fuck is hashing? Like, what is that? Right? So this is why yesterday I was saying I came to the realization that I like ownership. That's really what I'm into in crypto, because crypto has two sides of the story. There's the we make money side, and then there's the we make network side. And I think infrastructure will triumph over we make money any day, because it's in the fucking history now. I mean, if you help build the Bitcoin infrastructure, there should be no reason you're not ahead of the race. If you were smart enough to understand that part, there's no reason you didn't beat everybody to $64,000 per Bitcoin. And if you did, if you fumbled that, I don't know. But yeah, infrastructure is where it's at. Infrastructure is ownership. It's a big brain. It's not a big brain. Anybody can do it. You just got to know what you like to own. And then you got to be hypercritical about the things you own. So the thing about Zen that's the hardest pill to swallow is that it has an 8-year runway, and we're only in year 2. So there's 6 years of possibilities of whatever can happen. It can go down, it can go up, right? And that's all based on the way people make the coin, put the coin into existence, and so on. How people burn the coin, how X1 goes, and so on. And that's why, yeah, this is 100% speculation for now. And I'm still very surprised to see that Bitcoin was roaring right before I was about to go live. Oops, there I am. What up? What up, though? Now I'm live. What up, Tree City West? Hit me with the suns. It ain't that sunny out here in New York City right now. We got that overcast glow, that overcast glow. When it's not sunny and it's just gray, but it's bright. Oh, and the coffee's so hot. So hot. What up, Lita? What up, Daniel? Is X1 definitely coming May 28th? Ooh. You see, I've had the flag there for a minute. So, I mean, this is where I was feeling we should get something. So X1 is my theory. It could be fucking solXEN though. It's it's like I want it to be X1, but it could be solXEN. But no, I mean, the craziest thing about X1 chain right now that I'm in the quorum of creation is that chain is building out to be something that you can really shill outside of just holding it. And that's the challenge, right? Like, we've got a bunch of things we are holding, but how do we bring value to these things that we're holding, like the rest of the market, more strategic, without getting VC funding, and creating a product that the users want, right? Like, if it's a product the users want, then there's a lot. Oh shit, there's way more range in possibilities. So if like X1 came out right now, we haven't even really shown people what Solana can do, and not that many people are actually using Solana, because again, the crypto culture is no longer a user's culture. People don't hold cryptos unless there's like vibe connected to it, right? Vibe being culture, influence. I mean, outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, like realistically, these are like the black and white coins, because again, they come from the beginning, which is proof of work. Anybody could join and make a Bitcoin, and you can still do it today. It's just fucking expensive. Same with Ethereum. So these are HODL culture coins that have now created some sort of business or economy or something has gone on top of this shit. I mean, we know what it is. There's value in block space. People want to use it. People want to put things on Bitcoin. People want to put things on Ethereum. That's just the internet, and it's all. People want to put things places. So that it's easy to see that is what's happening here, right? So looking at Zen, again, it's like with X1 coming out, how do we make users understand that it's going to be a place you want to put your crypto? You're going to want to hold on X1. Like, I already got the motherfucking bug, because I can see it. I've used it. And then that's why, again, it was easy to see, like, hey, maybe no X1 realistically in Q1. That might just be for the Moon Boys, because it doesn't matter when it comes out realistically. Because if something better is going to come out, it's going to come out. Like, no one's going to stop some other what the fuck am I trying to say? I'm trying to say nothing in this reality is stopping anyone from dropping something cooler than fucking X1 right now. It shit can come out and change everything right now. And who's to say it's not already in existence? Because I'm in a silo in Zen world trying to build out something I own a lot of hashes of, right? So what's funny about this is all tying into something I just realized yesterday, that is the reflection of this all-time low that I'm happy to be a part of and experience, is there is no real reason to hold Zen. until X1 chain, because as a release, you could almost say, yeah, Jack Levin didn't do a good job at keeping people's attention. So now they're all waiting on the next big thing. He didn't do a good job at delivering Zen however it was supposed to be delivered for people to comprehend it, right? Whatever the fuck. I don't know. But I think what Zen did come out and do that is different than a lot of other cryptos is it eased in users that were experienced. And it made something very simple, complex, but the most simple way of using Zen is actually the most profitable way of doing it. Instead of like running the race and trying to keep up with supply and demand, just learning how DeFi works, like staking and, again, ownership, creating your coins and then staking them, right? That two-step process in Zen itself is a very powerful tool to get someone online. Like, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, we haven't done a good job as a community, as well as Jack Levin and Fair Crypto did not do a good job at explaining the power of education. And it's just because also I think we're not in the time. Like, don't nobody give a fuck right now. It's a frat house up in crypto. Ain't nobody trying to learn right now. It's very librarian to be trying to learn how to use and own your crypto. So this is a 10-year concept where people will catch on and it will go. The crazy thing is that Jack's a degen. So there is degen DNA in Zen, which is why, again, if X1 does come out after solXEN instantly, right? That would be later this month, because solXEN's supposed to come out this week, sometime this week, because it's Wednesday, so maybe Friday or Saturday. And what they're doing right now is they just released a new branch on that shit. Where's it at? Fair Crypto. Sun Soul. solXEN at the end of May, X1 at the end of June is my prediction. Maybe. I think X1 is ready. Actually, another thing happened too in X1 land is Jack introduced a Solana ZK rollup module on top of the X1 stack. So right now people are like testing it out, and they're basically they forked Solana and made Solana right now, and yeah, they're gonna have a virtual machine, a Solana virtual machine in X1 to basically bridge Solana and X1, which is important because they're, again, Solana's been chosen. It's been chosen, so it'd be stupid to not adapt to the overall market and introduce something that no one else is talking about as well, which is a collaboration with Solana, rather than saying that Solana is something that we can't grow with. Again, all of these things is based on where you want to hold. But on Solana Zen, this I think is on its way, because again, we are on branch 7 branches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is 5th. So something's cooking. There's nothing there yet. They just introduced it, but right now we're on Delta. So they're getting ready to introduce another branch, which is going to have an update to try to help with these timeouts. Because right now what's happening is like you'll be running the script, and then what happens is it'll hit a RPC issue, because it's like we're only using one thread with the way that the contract is designed, or the program. So Solana is like a CPU, right? And you have like cores and a CPU, right? And it's like little tunnels, so information can go back and forth. In Solana, they have 4 threads per slot, where that's where the information goes, is into the threads. So when you're sending a transaction, you're trying to land in one of those 4 threads with your priority fee to be confirmed by the overall blockchain. Just like a computer processor does the same bullshit on some real tech shit. That's how Solana's working. But what it does in an environment like what we're trying to do, which is take over the slot, I'm only hitting one thread with this program, the way that it's designed. They could actually make it so that the program hits all 4 threads, so we have less timeouts, and it's just taking over the block over and over again. I mean, right now what they've done is they've updated the code where you can see here, like, I'll have a timeout, but I've updated my code where I make it so that once it times out, if it doesn't continue, here, let's see, is there one here? Yeah, like this one. So like mine on my code I got, if it doesn't continue, or how to say it, if it times out, that shit restarts and goes again. And then that's how I can like monitor my priority fee so that I don't go and spend too much Solana and fucking wreck myself. But yeah, I'm playing around with my priority fees right now, trying to see what's up and doing different types of run tests and things like that. That's what the test nets are for. Shout out to Zen Crypto, taught me how to use a fucking test net. Never used a test net. And that's what Jack did do well. This is what this team did do well. They did onboard the advanced users better than I've ever seen before. I've never seen a team of 4 make a group like I don't even know how many. I wish I could see how many people are on this right now. Is there a way to see that? Y'all know how to use you know how to use this shit? You know how to use this. It's like, what is it, pools? Or what? How do you do it? How do you see it? I wish I could just see how many people are pulling it. I can see that quite a bit of people have forked it though. 13 people have started. And there's people contributing. But this is what I mean, like, we're becoming open source. Every project that comes out next, everything that new that comes out has got more people who've been in the Zen world saying like, oh, I can put my hand on this. So again, this is just a whole new idea driven by community members, and it's based on hashing. So the solXEN is bringing hashing to Solana, and that's why it's a more collaborative vibe than we can take down Solana vibe, because then it turns Solana into another just portal or ramp where they can have their own thing going on, and X1 can benefit from moving users to X1 if they want to use something in the X1 ecosystem. If that makes any sense. Like I see that too as like the future of crypto as well, like more collaborative between different blockchains, because each chain will have different things going on. And the problem with Solana though is it has a bad consensus, which affects the speed when there's a lot of people on it. And that's why, again, X1 has a really good angle. We have a awesome ass angle compared to all the other cryptos, because we're focused on network growth. Like, how do you actually scale the network? And that's where the transactions and the fees and all that shit, that's really where you want to be to try to solve the future. And Solana kind of has it, but again, the problem with Solana is they mask their priority fees because they don't have a solution to their scaling of consensus, and that can cause their network sometimes to crash if it gets too clogged. It's happened, I think, like 11 times already. So yeah, the whole solXEN ideology or philosophy is just to bring hashing to Solana and billboard X1, give people a taste of the hash, right? We do it all the time with xeNFTs. I'm hashing every single fucking day. Never not hashing on xeNFTs. So why not go and have the same experience on Solana and make my own crypto and keep promoting self-custody and the first principles, you know, like the way it was supposed to be. You know, these are fresh coins being created directly from the Solana validators. I mean, your computer is running in the background to push the transaction. But what happens is like when I'm stalled out right here, like, and I'm waiting for it to come back or like give me something, this like time area like that right now that just happened, that's from the Solana. Like I'm waiting on the Solana nodes to pick up my transaction with my 75,000 micro LAN ports. So I've been doing it also very differently. I don't know how you're doing it and getting ready for this shit, but I'm keeping it very understandable. I see people doing like millions or like 1 million priority fee, and I'm like, you're not gonna have that much Solana. You're probably gonna want to make a strategy based on how much Solana you're gonna have, so that you can do it the Zen way, which is don't go or you don't or use the priority as a difficulty. So if the priority is going up because the majority of interest is going up, you probably don't want to be hitting it as hard unless you got a philosophy on how you're gonna recoup on hitting the mining algorithm intensely. Like that's the smart move in Zen, right? It's like you don't mine Zen when Gwei. If you're a real Zenian, you like, yo, I ain't even mining Zen at 12. If I can get it at 4, you know. So yeah, gas is the difficulty in Zen, and the same is in solXEN. Since you have to send a transaction and it has to have the priority fee stuck to it, there's gonna be a sweet spot of constant mining accessibility. And there you go. There's your free nugget. If you can remember it on how to do it. But yeah, that's why I'm monitoring this. But this gets pretty wacky, man. I've seen this at 1 million, or 1 LAN ports. Saw that yesterday. It was at 1.2 LAN ports. That shit was kind of crazy for the high. And that's what's gonna happen. This is when solXEN goes live, everyone's gonna be racing, and they're gonna be pumping up their fee, and that's what's gonna be crazy. I think like a lot of people are gonna come in and just be like making their fee stupid high, stupid doo-doo high. Brandon's the Fed. Yes, I am the Fed's ZTFO. Thank you for that. Actually, I wish yo, if I'm the Feds, they need to pay me. What the fuck? It's like, yeah, if the Feds really, I don't know. The Feds are pretty dumb though. Like at its core, the Feds are the dumbest. They're only smart as technology gets better. And that's why now they're lazy. But most motherfuckers give themselves away anyways. Just 11 times. Tell me the price of BTC in 2030. The price of BTC in 2030 is whatever it wants to be. Bitcoin's a challenge though. All of crypto's a challenge. This GameStop thing has woke my ass up too, because yeah, in crypto we're just owners, but the thing is if no one wants to buy our stuff on the planet Earth because we can't articulate how it's good, then it's never going to advance. It's always going to be in this like cat and mouse game of position and control. So again, that's why I'm pro Zen in this future that's coming up in ownership, because I haven't found anything else outside of this particular token on Ethereum that you can get and you can own it. I used to think Ethereum was very first principle, but now really after proof of stake and the further we've gone into this, like we're almost 2 years into proof of stake ETH, and that shit is doing nothing. Like in reality, it's doing nothing. It's waiting just like everybody else. That's why everyone in crypto is broke, because we put all our trust into these projects that we put our trust into these projects that are not performing. They have things inside of them that perform, and then if you can learn the meme game, I guess you can try to get up with that. But for those that have been here since 2017 and put a lot of trust in like Ethereum, like you didn't sell the top because you trusted ETH would keep going up. Right? Like that's why I'm super salty. I am salty that I didn't just hold Bitcoin this whole time. That was the real alpha. Just hold Bitcoin. It outperformed everything. If you got into crypto 2017, Bitcoin outperformed everything. I mean, this still did pretty good. If you had it at 15 cents or $15. The problem with ETH though was you didn't really understand it right unless you were like a developer. There wasn't people like me, like Crypto Bruh, that would come on YouTube and tell you the fucking secrets of how this shit works in the background so that you could feel normal, like this is normal practice, right? Like it was just, you needed to know who to follow or what to look at. We used to go on ETH scan. Now, you know what the old alpha used to be? You used to go to, you would go to like GitHub and you would search it for like addresses, like brand new ETH contracts that would just be coming out. And then that's what how you would try to front run someone would be through the GitHub. I mean, sometimes that's still meta in this new future where people will be like, oh, I found it on GitHub. But like there was a moment in time where that's all there was you had to use GitHub to find the contract before anybody else. Classic Ethereum shit. And that's why, again, it was really, really hard to understand to hold your ETH back here. Oh, not right here. That was easy. Damn. We're so far away from the $200 Ethereum. That's way back here. Yeah, 2017. Stupid cheap. March 2017, $22. $22 Ethereum. But yeah, ETH is looking good with the way that it's structured or built itself into the reality. I think it's going to do very well. But it's not like something you have to hold it anymore. You can just buy it and use it. But if you want to hold it and have a position, you can do that as well. But yeah, it's not as first principles as it used to be. And that's why, again, I agree that Zen has those characteristics of having everything Bitcoin had, everything Ethereum had. It even has the same confusion where there's hella people who are confused on what the fuck is going on right now. They have no clue and the price is not doing anything, but they have a real life. So they got to go and live their life. And yeah, you could just see it from the way the structure is being held. There's not enough people selling it, and you need a rug pull from a wallet that's very large, and they're not willing to do it for some reason. Or maybe now is not the time. Maybe they'll wait for Solana Zen to drop, you know, or maybe they are following me and they're like, oh, nah. So you can see here, we're still like extremely underneath this trend line on Zen, which is pretty funny. I created this trend line way back here on this candle when we had our first breakdown and test of all-time lows before recovery. As you can see, like Zen came and it's just danced on this trend line, and now we're down here in this little like limbo zone, right? So it's following patterns. It's just not synchronized. Synchronization for everybody in the fucking community is X1 is coming out. But again, I think there's a hard lesson to be learned. It's a very hard pill to swallow, but yeah, X1 is really hard to build when it comes to keeping it fresh. And that's what is like what we're waiting for. Like when it's time, we'll all know it because it'll be the freshest shit out. Like everybody will be like, whoa, what is this? You know, like, what is this thing that helps Solana make sense? Who opened up the gates of Solana? Solana is actually really cool. The way that you create in the inside of Solana with the Rust and now that I've been on the journey and I'm like, oh, okay, let's open up this new language, this new syntax. I can understand why programmers do like Solana. And yeah, if you look at even like a Bloomberg terminal or any kind of terminal still in this new day and age, they still look and feel like this, bro. Like this is how things feel. And this is where Solana lives. Solana actually lives on the terminal. That's why it doesn't have that feeling of an EVM and all your transactions fail. And most of the community is not actually, you know, on Phantom Wallet. They're running clients on their computers. So again, that's why I understand why Solana has such a good community. Outside of their riffraff and their frat boy feeling, their development in the background, they got a solid group of curious cats. And I think the collaboration between the X1 curious cats, Solana curious cats, I think that's actually good for crypto. I think people will be excited for what's getting ready to come next from the birth of this. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know what's about to happen next, and I am in the motherfucking spaceship. That shit is feeling awesome, right? The thing is you just got to figure out your priority fee with solXEN. Once you get your priority fee down, your rhythm, and then you get yourself some Sol, you're just gonna sit there and you're just gonna let it hash. You're gonna own the motherfucking hashes. It's just like xeNFTs. So xeNFTs is on cruise control. This is like cruise control crypto, because as long as it's ticking and clicking, I'm gonna always be getting blocks. So it doesn't even really matter what the community's like the average difficulty is now. We're so far into this now. We're 7-8 months into xeNFTs that theoretically there's more time into the system. Like every day there's more time in the system. You need the system to stop. And if it doesn't, then in a proof of work system, that is a coin that has value. And if there's a community behind the coin and there's a purpose behind the coin, that coin gets stronger in its value. And one reason why, again, xeNFTs has like a stigma is because you can't trade it or you can't sell it, right? That's the only reason people want to stop mining. No one's saying they want to stop mining because it's hard to mine. Nobody wants to stop mining xeNFTs because it's hard to understand. Everyone wants to stop mining for financial reasons. In Solana Zen, which is just a clone of xeNFTs on Solana, which is awesome, which means we could do this on anything that allows it. We could do it on Cardano. I know a lot of people want Zen to show up on Cardano, but I think turning Cardano into a proof of work, like basically it's like taking the bandwidth, but you need a good reason to do it. That's another thing too, man. This is alpha for those that are trying to create. If you have a good reason or utility to create a new coin, why not spin up that coin using the proof of work or the power of the blockchain, right? Essentially, that's all Zen is doing. It takes up the full block to put a stamp on the performance of the chain, and the value of that performance is stored in that block. Now, whatever the fuck you do with the fucking block after that, that's up to you, you know? That's why, again, Zen is like funny, because there's a whole ass blockchain after you make the Zen. And then for XN and XNM, there's a blockchain to run, right? You can use your blockchain rewards and restake them to the blockchain, continue to secure it, continue to make passive. And as the blockchain becomes popular due to the way the consensus is pretty much ice skatey, people can build on top. They can do things like this. They can come and proof. They can do the same thing. They can mine coins on top of X1. Again, I don't think X1 is going to have that lineage. Again, we're talking about Jack Levin here. He made Image Shack, and he hosted 30% of Twitter in 2009 on his servers. So he's kind of like what I'm into, which is data analytics and server hosting. So I think X1 is going to be more of a like public storage unit for the overall crypto market, more than it is a token that's financially driven. And that's why we're building a network. That's why we're building a community of people who want to join something new, which is why not put your internet to work? It's just sitting in your house any fucking way. Might as well put that internet to work and make some passive income on top of it. You know, tokenize your internet. How about that? That'll be the slogan of X1. Tokenize your internet. But with Solana, to get back to it, the proof of work is in Solana. So now you can sell the solXEN for Solana and get the fuck out after you've created the work, right? So that's pretty cool. If you don't want to do the work because you don't know how to set it up, you can just buy the Solana Zen. And from what I hear, it's going to have a burn address, just like Zen, just like XN. So it's going to be disinflationary. And yeah, people are going to mine this shit. They're going to hash it out into existence. And it's going to be a very fair launched proof of work. The very first fair launch proof of work coin on Solana. It's actually more simple than OR as well. Man, I can go on and on and on about this shit. Man, you click on the commits to see who is submitting code changes, or Sol front page at the right top, the green button code. Oh, you're talking about so I can see the amount of people that fork it. Oh, now this is just so I can save it, but I don't want to fork it. I just want to see how many people have jumped in. That's what I want to see, because that's kind of crazy. And it's not hard to do. So like, I guess I haven't actually shown how to do it. Let me stop these. Let me stop these. Because yeah, I think solXEN is going to come out this Friday. I don't see why I wouldn't. If you're mining xeNFTs, make sure you get your hands on this on the vast Tree City West monitor, so you can monitor your blocks from your terminal. It's pretty awesome. No, click on the button under the button. Click on the button under the button. Nah, that's too many buttons, my G. They know Zen is getting in early. They know Zen is like getting in early BTC ETH unless first principles doesn't work all of a sudden. What up, Clay? Yeah, you know what's crazy about that is that people will always come after it works. That's something I realized as well. Like, I try to get my friend into this stuff, and there's some friends that understand because they've felt the like power of crypto where they buy something and it goes up. But I still have some friends that haven't experienced that. They don't know what it is to buy something and it go up, and then understand the principle of why it was chosen. And I think that might be a done era. And to be honest, it's something that would be a no-brainer, but it's actually truly hard to discover. It's really, really hard to find another Bitcoin, another Ethereum, because everybody is that. That's everyone's pitch. But when you see it on a hardware level like X1, or you see it on a fairness level like Zen, the fairness on Zen is just ridiculous. Like watching the whales in 2 years and now it's cycling still. Like, that's insane. Insane freedom. That coin has so much freedom. And again, even XENM, showing you the fairness of proof of work and why proof of work is awesome, especially when people can understand it and it be about understanding. And no man left behind if you want to understand. You know, so everybody can do it. You know, I've been meaning to ask GPT how hard it is. Like, what's the grade level of creating this miner? I need to ask GPT that specific question. But if you go into the description, if you go into the description, you'll find this miner guide, and this is for Mac. So this is basically what you're gonna do, but I'm on a Macintosh, so I have to do it the way that I do it, which is on Mac. Tree City West has a really good video of him doing it on a, what is it? What does he have? A Linux machine. But what you do is you install all these packages, and what these packages do, so you just copy and paste. Oh, I guess this is what I was saying before though. When you load up your, here, let's start over with a real, we're gonna just start with a fresh terminal so you can see what I'm saying. Basic. Terminal quit. So if you're on a MacBook, when you open up your terminal, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna say your computer, and then it's gonna have nothing here, right? It's just like a fucking terminal. And what you need to do is you need to direct this to the right area where you want to build files, right? So like you can build a folder on your desktop and make it. That's the best way. Just make a folder that says solXEN, and then when you're in your terminal, you're just gonna go there, right? So the way we get there is we hit CD, then we go to our desktop, right? And then when I hit CD desktop, it's gonna change. It's gonna say desktop, right? Because now I'm in that desktop directory. So let me go ahead and we're gonna hit CD again, and then I already know the folder I have, which is solXEN. Made it very easy for me to understand. Now, what's crazy is once you make your folder, you're gonna you know, there's this one thing called list, which is ls. It's a way for you to see things inside of it. So right now in this folder, I have a whole bunch of stuff because I've been filling it up. But when you do it, there shouldn't be anything in there. It should just be empty. So what you can then do is like visit this guide and then start running these updates so that you can get your machine up to date. Now it's important to make sure your machine is up to date, because there's these things called dependencies, and if your shit's outdated, it's not gonna work. And if you don't have it, this is gonna install some things that you're missing. So what brew is brew, it represents homebrew, and it's how Mac OS puts its package managers into the system, unlike a Windows machine or terminal, which uses apt. On a Mac machine, you have to use brew. So right now I'm updating a whole bunch of stuff using brew. You know what I'm saying? Yada what I mean. And let it do its thing. Sometimes this could take a second. Really just depends on how much stuff you need to update. So I might not need to update a lot of things because I try to keep my computer up to date. I guess it's been a while since I've actually ran all those commands and stuff. Now the third command is going to be the one that installs pretty much all of the extra requirements or prerequisites that you're going to need for everything to be called. So brew is just so you can have like that's like the hardware inside of the computer all updated. And then the next one is going to be installing, you know, those programs that the hardware is going to run, right? So Python, CMake, Git, curl, those are all command, CLang. These are all things we're going to need in order to run the packages. So next up, we'll do node nip install. That's going to install node. Make sure you got all your node up in that motherfucker. Now, so node is basically another like Node.js. It's just another syntax for organization. That's how a lot of code is, to be honest. A lot of code is just how somebody wants to be organized, so that if they go back or they collaborate with someone, it's easier to talk, like to articulate their idea. And that's what's happening in crypto. It seems like crypto doesn't actually have a sound syntax that speaks to a lot of people. So people have different paintbrushes, and in Sol they like to use Rust, and that's their way of speaking. But Node is just like, again, it's very simple. Like that's like websites and shit. I run on Node.js. Then we're going to go ahead and install. Actually, what the fuck? We're not going to do that. Why do I have this here? I think it's because this is the collab guide with the homie Zach. It's like, not going to do that one. You're just going to do pip install request. What that's going to do is that's just going to grab more stuff, and then we're going to do Rust. So we're going to go ahead and install Rust. I already have it installed, so it's going to just be like, it's installed. After that, you're going to want to change the path of your Rust to be in the right bin. So bin in this world stands for binary. And if you're, if this cargo, which is like the way that you build, or the compiler for Rust, right? So the compiler for Rust is pretty much how we build the programs. If it's not in the right binary path, then it could, render incorrectly. So you got to just make sure you add it to the right binary path. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Export path home .cargo/bin, right? So it's telling you where it's going. And then after that, we can install Solana. Now I've already installed Solana. Fuck it, I'll do it again. Just so you can see it. But when you install it, it's gonna give you everything. Hey, you're installed. You've got Solana, and then it changed the path to make sure that it's in the right bin. So now if I type in Solana and address, it's gonna show my address. For you, you're not gonna have one set up just yet, so it shouldn't show anything. So after you create this path, we're going to generate a wallet. Oops. Oh, there we go. So after you install Solana, you need to install a wallet. So this is what's cool about the solXEN miner, is that all of the ownership is going to be on your local machine. So the Solana is stored locally on your machine. It's not like regular crypto world where I have a phantom wallet and I connect it to a website. This way that we're doing it is CLI. So we're going to be actually running Solana locally from our machine. And that's why, again, it's still super duper important to protect yourself. This is kind of why people might want access to your computer sometimes, so that they can try to look for files like your crypto wallets and try to steal your private keys. So when you get to this part, this is ownership. You shouldn't be afraid to make your own wallet. You should actually feel fucking empowered to even be at this step. Like, yo, I'm making my own crypto wallet right now, and it's stored locally on my machine. So we'll go ahead and we're going to create a new path. So you can go ahead and copy this in. So Solana, keygen, new. And then this is a derivation. I can't even say it. A derivation path. Damn it. So I need to put a force flag. Okay. So when you do this, you're just going to drop in this code, and then it's going to make a new one. But for me, since I already have one, I need to do a force flag. So you put force at the end, and it's going to force a new keygen. Right. And then here you're going to make I'm not going to use this. So this is just for purpose of or for educational purposes. So don't You know, for yourself, again, you're stepping into territory where you don't need anyone over your shoulder. You know, you don't need to share any of this information, but you're going to generate a key that's going to host your public address as well as your private key. Okay. Now to get to this key, you're going to make a password just like any wallet you would normally do. So we'll go ahead and make a password that we don't care about. All right. Boom. So now that I've entered in the password, after that is going to give me my public key, right? And then it's going to also give me my 12 phrase password, right? So again, this is sensitive information. You're going to want to make sure that you know what is going on as well. Like what I say is just copy this whole thing and throw it in a note, lock it up. All right. Because there's another important thing here, which is going to be your key pair. And your key pair address, in a sense, it's like where the file's stored on your computer. This is going to be important because you're going to need it later to get your miner started. All right. So once my address is created, right, I can go ahead and go back to the guide, and we're going to get some Sol, but we need to go to a faucet. So go ahead and click on this and go to the faucet. Grab your Sol address, because right now you're on DEVnet. Okay, you're on DEVnet. When it's real net, you're not gonna go to no fucking faucet and grab some Sol. Okay, you're gonna buy some Sol and send it to your address. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna use the faucet, and we're gonna airdrop 5 Solana to that wallet address. So right now, if I were to type Solana and then balance into my terminal, it should say 0. So we'll wait for this to go ahead and verify. It's going to run some tests, make sure I'm a human being. And this motherfucker slow. Why is it so slow? Why is it? Damn. Let's figure it out. Why is it so slow? It's like, nah, man. DEVnet, right? What the hell? So we'll see. This thing is trying to verify me. I think you can also try to find other faucets. So a crypto faucet, if you don't know what it is, it's just an area for you to grab free coins, right? It's like a, like a faucet, like a water faucet. And back in the day, I mean, you're going to see these in X1. I'm sure a lot of people who are running validators will have faucets for testnet because, they want you to come and check them out, right? But we'll go ahead. We'll try to airdrop 5 from this faucet. Maybe they got more over here. Successful. I just want to be successful. Ooh, now I got 10 because I got it from 2 places. Whatever. We lit. So this one's solanafaucet.com versus the one that's in the miner. Here, I'll put this one in the miner too. For the people. For the people. Yeah, Solana faucet. That one's pretty cool. All right, so now we got some Solana in our wallet. We got the wallet set up. We can install the Solana miner. So at this point, this is normal stuff. Again, if you're on Windows machine, everything I did up here, maybe you could drop this into GPT and say, remix this to work for Windows or remix this to work for Linux. But yeah, I use a MacBook. And I know other people probably want to mine on Mac. So this one is for Mac. Now, the same thing goes for these down here. These are normal command line concepts. So what we're going to do is see like what, okay. I already have it though. What you're going to do is you're going to do git clone. All right, fuck it. We'll just do it. So we're going to do git clone. It's going to say, oh, this directory is empty, blah, blah, blah. Wait, why does it say that? Why does it say this directory is empty? Oh, yeah, because okay, it already exists. I already have it. When you do it, it's going to install it and go and grab it, right? And then once you do it, you'll go ahead and CD into that folder. So CD solXEN, right? And then when you get into your solXEN folder, again, you can hit LS if you want. It'll show you everything that's inside of there. If you're like one of those people that wants to see what the files are inside, that's basically what's going on here. And that's it's just things I like to see. But what then you can do is go back here and you're gonna install some node information so you can build and get the miner started with the node, right? So we're gonna go ahead and hit np I. This is gonna install some node stuff. All right, and then this one's gonna install TypeScript. That's what TSX stands for, TypeScript. Sick. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do nano en. Well, you should type it out. Nano and then period env. Now this is your env file. Your first time setting it up, you need to take this little blurb here, copy it, paste it into this file. When you paste it into this file, what it is it's basically the settings for your miner. So it tells you the user's wallet, right? This needs to be the same address as the Solana wallet you created, right? When you create that Solana wallet, it's going to say wrote a new key pair and then your address in your computer to where your key is. So you just drop that in here where user's wallet is. And then after that, you're going to be on DEVnet right now. So right now, this is going to resemble a DEVnet. I think that's what it has down here. Yeah, right now it says DEVnet. And then, oh, this one doesn't say the program ID. Let me go ahead and add that to this guide as well. The guide is still growing. The guide is still growing. This is just for people who want to get started now. And then, yeah, then paste this into here. And again, the most important thing in this this is your environment file, basically. This is the one that's going to give the environment the clues and the keys. All right. So once you do that, you're going to hit Control X and exit. And after that, your miner is pretty much set up and ready to go. Now, the next thing you'll have to do after that is run the scripts, and you get to choose whichever one you want to run. So there's Node.js, and then there's a TypeScript one. People dance between the two. Really, it just depends on your system. I like to use the TypeScript one. So what you can do is you can copy this here, and then you're going to need to enter your Ethereum address, right? So you remove this, and then you're going to put your Ethereum address, and then basically it should look like this. Like it should have your Ethereum address, right? You're going to drop in your Ethereum address. F stands for fee, R stands for run, right? I put that right here. R is it represents the number of times you want the miner to run. And then F stands for priority fee settings. And that's why the priority fee will be based on whatever the network is setting. And then you can check that at this website, which is QuickNode. Where that shit at? I was like, I should add that too. Yeah, we'll add that. So yeah, then you can change the fee to match whatever you want it to do. So right now it says on chain high, like I can get my vibe in is gonna be, let's say 120,000. So I would go back over here, and then I would change this to be 120,000 for the fee. So I want to be top dog, as well as maybe I want to give myself some room just in case, because this shit's fluctuating like a motherfucker. And then you go ahead and hit enter. And then once you hit enter, you should see it pop up here. It should tell you once you hit enter, the miner should just run, right? There could be maybe one error that you could run into, which is you might need to build it, but I don't remember having to build it like at all, really. I just can't remember if I built it one time and then I never had to build again. But that might be the one issue you could run into. You could run into you need to build the Rust program. And what that is that you would type cargo build, and then the system would build would basically I might be missing a step here. Darn it. See, we're still not ready for this. Let me see if I'm missing a step for the build. Does this say it in here? Okay, cool. Yeah, so they don't advertise the build in here either. I think the script builds it for you, and that's why you don't have to build it. But before we had these scripts, we had to build the miner. So, oh shit, is it done? So yeah, if you run into any issues, that's something that you can also use as like a way to try to troubleshoot your problem in your miner. Maybe you just need to do cargo build, and then that builds your system. But as well, if you have errors, at the end of this document, there is the website for solXEN, and then there's also the Telegram. So if you want to join the Telegram, Telegram links down here. Telegram me. Redirecting you into Telegram. What's going on? It's about to happen right now. Oh yeah. So there it goes. So it'll take you to the Telegram. Jack Levin's talking up in there. What are they talking about? Nothing. Now, there's a whole lot of stuff cooking right now in Zen World, at least on this solXEN thing, because it's showing that there's bigger opportunities in crypto than going head to head with everybody, and it's a weird journey. But yeah, I'm also there with it. We can be more collaborative with our tactics to be inviting to others instead of them thinking this is spam, because it's really not. It's really ownership, and people shouldn't be afraid of that. I mean, unless it's really real that like millennials won't own anything, and now we have the opportunity to own crypto, and we are still going to not own that. I mean, me personally, I'm gonna own my motherfucking shit. So I'm gonna own my hashes and pray to the hash gods that they are worth credits later in the future. Maybe they'll be, maybe they won't be. But I think that these hashes will do something for me. So I'm hyped and I'm excited. But yeah, it looks like right now this thing is going up. So hey, once you have this ran, you can actually run it as much as you want. The thing is that if you continue to open up terminals and running your miner, this is going to cause RPC issues because you're sending too many transactions at one time to one port. So there are ways to change RPCs and do other things to try to get an edge. But this is the free tip I'll give you. Most will probably be running in 2 windows, if not 5, figuring out how to really milk the shit out of the Solana Zen thing. Because at the end of the day, these are brand new coins. They're going to be sold instantly on Jupiter, Radiant, or whatever those things are. It's going to be instantly tradable. So there's no reason why I don't see a market developing. And there's no reason I don't see people trying to mine and sell this shit like Zen, where they're mining it fast and they're selling it quick while people are trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So me, I'm building a strategy on that. Like, I'm building my strategy based on classic Zen and what that did and what I did and what I could have done better now that I have the education and the knowledge to actually be a front runner in solXEN and not be left behind, which I recommend you not get left behind either. So yeah, play this backwards so you can learn how to set up your miner. But it's very simple. Just follow the guide. Follow this guide. And all will set you free. All will set you free. The most complicated thing though is this create a key. And you just got to make sure that you're own this shit, man. Don't feel like you're gonna go and give it away, basically. Now the way that you import this into like a Phantom wallet, like let's say you want to import your Solana client from your computer into Phantom so you can see these coins, you can sell these coins. What you would do is you would bring up your that path of where your ID is, where your wallet is. So I just know it off the top of my head, so I'm gonna go to it. Right, so that's what I'm saying. Once you understand that, like, this is like you knowing where the files are in the back of your head, and then you're just gonna understand where you're gonna go in the command line because you know where the fucking goods are. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna go and type in user/donb/config or .config/Solana because I want to be in the Solana zone. And then if I hit LS, I can see all of the wallets that I've created. Right. And I just overrode on like the wallet I was using to be in the leaderboard, but it doesn't matter. I figured out my fucking strategy. So I'm not focused on being on the testnet leaderboard anymore. But what you can do is if you want to import your wallet into Phantom, you just simply go to where the wallet is located, which is going to be the path that you get from when you create a key. Open up that path, type LS, make sure that you find it, which is going to be this ID.json. And then I'm going to type in nano. Nano is the way for you to bring up a file and see what's inside of it. Right. So I'm going to type nano and then JS, JSON. All these motherfucking numbers are going to pop up. All right. Now, again, I don't give a fuck because I'm not using any of this data. I'm going to wipe my whole computer before I even start solXEN. So, haha. But yeah, for educational purposes, you're going to go in and this is now your private fucking key in token fashion. So these are all of these numbers actually represent your private key. So it's very important. Again, if you're moving your wallet, take ownership in this idea. Make sure you You make sure you could be on a VPN. You can be hiding yourself. Be on some private. I wouldn't be on some public Wi-Fi. I'd probably be at crib, somewhere private. And then you create your wallet or whatever your life is. You know, it's very simple though. Just make it and just be safe, dude. But yeah, after you get this this gigantic number, you can go and hit add a wallet on Phantom, and then import private key. Put the number in. Let's just say test 69. I hit enter. So right now you'll see test 69. My wallet has popped up, but we're on DEVnet right now. So I need to actually change the Phantom wallet to DEVnet to see my coins. So the way we do that is we just go to settings, developer settings, it says test mode, hit yes. Make sure you hit Solana testnet or DEVnet, excuse me. Once we're on DEVnet, we can see that here it says I have 9.99 Solana, and I have 69. Oh my God, I have 609 solXEN. Yeah, fuck yeah. Let's fucking keep it going. That was not planned. Test 69. We living in a simulation. Very simple vibes, bro. So now you can watch and monitor it in your wallet. You're all set up there. We go here. We gotta hit exit. We're gonna get robbed. Just kidding. And what we can see here is right now this thing is like timing out hard. It's huge timeout issues. It's timing out. So the only way to speed this up is to literally add more gas. Just drop another 0 on it. That should fire her up. There we go. There we go. But see, what's funny is that once you start adding real fee, you start watching your balance go down real time. I have mine's running differently. I have a loop. I'm not going to show you the code. You can still, if you want, you got to freeze the screen. I'm going to be running 2 loops. Yeah. Or 1,000 loops with 2 runtime. I don't know what that is in computer form. That way I can monitor my balance so I can make sure I'm not draining myself. I'm about to fucking wreck Solana, dude. I'm about to kill Solana. Like, my strategy is so crazy right now. Oh man, I'm so hyped. But yeah. So this one's running at 1,000 or 1 million priority fee. So you can see here we lost, what is that? Like 2 zeros and a 3. Nah, that's 2 zeros and a 2. Yeah, 2 zeros and a 2. Oh my, 2.5. Yeah. Yeah, about 2.6. So you see how, like, I'm thinking that this might be a superior way to running the miner, because I'm not really so focused on grabbing as many hashes as I can. I don't even know if Solana can handle it. But what I do know is I want solXEN in my motherfucking wallet so I can motherfucking sell that shit. So I know that game is real. And look at that. Bam. We collecting. This ain't nothing but a G thing. Y'all speaking Spanish? What up, crypto dude? And that's I try to record this, so it's gonna be recorded. Stop recording. We'll chop that up. Share your strat, bro. Transparency strategy in my game. So you want me to share? Dude, I'm like so torn on sharing my strategy. Like, it's so crazy. I'm like, yo, I actually understand this shit. And like, if I share my strategy, everybody's just going to do the same thing. And that's what it is. Like, everybody's just waiting for me to figure it out so they can figure it out with me. See, bro, we was there with you, bro. We figured it out with you. Damn. There's another thing in here, though, that's real alpha. If you can see it, you can see it. And I saw it yesterday when I was on Jack Levin's RPC. So, man, there's so many advantages that I can't even talk about. Here, let's run it up though. Let's do 2 million on this one. Right? At 2 million. Priority fee. So this is why you want to set it up on testnet, so you can get an understanding of like, what is it gonna even feel like? I'm so ready for mainnet that yeah, it's coming out on Friday. And this is what I mean by like, when people are saying like X1 isn't gonna come out, it's like, yeah, because for you it's just gonna come out. For everyone that's riding the wave, we surfing to the beach right now, telling people, damn, that wave is tight. I can't wait for it to remix. I'm gonna swim back out and ride it again, you know? And that is part of the development process. You've maybe been exposed to the worst. Actually, because I've been in it too. We've been exposed to the worst rollout of rogue technology ever. This is the golden age of rogue bullshit. And it comes out garbage, bro. There's no test net. There's no research and development. There's no growth, no L's, just all W's until ultimate L happens. And then we all look at each other and say, why did it fail? Right? So I challenge you to try to do this so you can step into the real side of crypto, which is creating your own coins. Hashing existence. Hash them motherfuckers into existence. Hash existence. I think it's cooler than buying. I think it's cooler. This one is crazy because as you can see, I'm not losing too much soul if we're here at like 2,000 or 2 million, or this really is two LPs or 2 Lamports, because you see micro Lamport at 100K, but this will go up to 1 million. I've seen it there at 1 million when things are cracking on the chain. That shit is go. That's why right now on DEVnet everybody's there. So DEVnet is kind of showing you, like, even just with the solXEN people showing up to Solana, they're gonna make their priority fee super high, because we all are searching for that. That's the game in solXEN. Find a priority fee that's actually financially stable. You know, like I could sit here and throw a 1 million right now. The program, you see, it's so you think that your program is timed out when it says this. There's a connection timeout error, but as long as well, I don't know, I'm running a loop. So when mine's can't finish, you see here, like when it can't, or I guess I reran it. But yeah, when this one can't finish the timeout, it'll restart it. It'll restart the fucking miner to try to push the transaction like hard again, instead of it just waiting, because it'll time out eventually. But yeah, you'll see, it looks like if I do 2, it's working. So here I would want to do 2, and then maybe like add some extra down here to try to give it an edge versus this miner. But now, like, that's what, again, I like running it in this 2 type loop, because now I can see my balance going down, and I'll know for a fact if I'm gonna rug myself. And what else is awesome to see is balance going down. If everyone is running this for real, like, yo, like, this shit's gonna burn mad Solana. Like, hella Solana is gonna just, well, it's gonna go to the validators, you know, but it's like redistributing the Solana back to validators. But then at the same time, if people show up and buy the solXEN off the DEX because it's the hottest token out, you know, then all of the loose Solana goes back to the solXEN miners, because they're just going to sell their solXEN to those that don't know how to mine it. Right. And that's why, again, I'm like, bro, this is just a Trojan horse for XENblocks, because now this is the DNA for XENblocks, except we turn our coins into XN coins, and everybody shows up and they're going to buy our XN. They're going to buy into XN because they didn't mine the Zen. They didn't mine the blocks. So now they got to buy the coins. Right. So that's how it's like the real exit for an XNM Xenium miner is XN. Like that is the fucking prize. And I think that's really awesome to introduce with solXEN, because now people can do it with a liquid token that they can get fiat for, because I guess that shit just can't go through their mind that this is all experimental. Even fiat is experimental. But yeah, a lot of people are going to learn like, holy shit, this is a really cool way to make a coin. You don't understand alt season. Nobody wants your strategy. Shout outs to Spring Valley. LOL. Shout out Spring Valley. It's all good. I don't want anybody want my strategy. I'm going to be stacking the solXEN and selling it on y'all motherfucking heads. So go and tell everybody that we're going to sell this solXEN on their heads so they don't buy into it. That's going to be hella funny. Watching people buy into solXEN while all the fudders are like trying to tell them they're just selling on your head. Why you keep buying it? Why are you helping these Zen motherfuckers? Fuck them. Yeah, it's going to be a big fuck Zen when Zen is on Sol, because we're getting a whole new community into Zen. And then we're just going to bring the gains back. Like literally telling people that we're selling solXEN for profit is the funniest thing, because then they're going to be like, where did they get this from? Like, oh, we've been doing it on Ethereum and it's at all-time lows and minters are still in profit, bro. You can do this on ETH. You can mine Zen and fucking sell it for more Ethereum. Like, isn't that awesome? Like, isn't that an amazing future that we're all waiting for? The one where we can actually take our coins and own something on the other side, and not just own some doo-doo ass trash coin that we pray to God that somebody can bring to the top. I can't get my miner up. Pause. What does that mean? What does it mean? What do you mean you can't get your miner up? The only reason your miner shouldn't work, also too, when you have errors in the miner, it's gonna let you know. Like you could take this error and you can drop it in to like ChatGPT. It's saying the same RPC error. So if you, yeah, that's what I mean though. If you have this where it says timeout, right, module, the error anchor provider, RPC shit, this is because your fee is too low. Anytime you get an RPC error. Now the thing is, all right, here's some more free game, because I noticed that motherfuckers don't understand. So I've been running my own RPC through Alchemy, and I've been watching it. This isn't a paid one though, so this is the free one, and yeah, my shit is trash. Like my shit is like, it's like it's hitting it hard, but it's not providing enough. Either I'm not providing enough fee to get the validators to want the transaction, which really is what it is. You know, if you provide enough fee, you'll never get that. I'm providing 2 LP, which I believe is like, well, you can see it here. It's not that much Solana. I don't know. I mean, I don't honestly know off the top of my head, like how much Solana it is, but again, that's why I'm running it the way I'm running it. So I can see 2 transactions, right, or dropping it about 0.1. Let's say, yeah, 0.1 for 2 fee, 0.1, 2 transactions. So that's 0.00. So 2 zeros and a 5. So 205 Solana per transaction at 200. What's that? Because it was supposed to be like 30 cents. Fuck. 76 cents. It's like a $1.50 for each bucket here. Yo. Well, let me fucking this shit up. That's expensive. That means out the gate, I think for each one, well, the amp is pretty low right now. So that's why I'm not getting so much solXEN anymore. Man, I got the whole game theory unlocked. That's crazy. But yeah, I was saying when this starts, this is why it's important to make a strategy, because on day one, when it happens and the amp is at 300, there's an opportunity there to flip the fuck out of this shit. Just like Zen was in the very beginning when nobody told you that they were going to sell it every single day. That's why I'm saying I'm going into this with, I'm going to sell this shit every single day. And it's because nobody knows how to do this. So it's too easy. It's too easy to know that by the time everybody learns and gets their strategy together, they're all going to be at the same point. Just like in Zen. By the time everybody learned 100 days later how Zen actually worked, it was too late to sell every single day. And just recently, we had that happen again if you keep your eye on it. Yeah, if you now the amp is at 86, right? This thing is supposed to last 139 days, but when you have unlimited Sol at disposal, it looks like it's only lasting like 10 days when there's unlimited Sol. Because some people are throwing Solana at this, right? There's some people that are just really throwing it. Oh, I guess I'm running 2 of these, so I don't really know what the fucking value is. It could be less than 77.6. I gotta run just one. All right, let's just run one. Let's see what happens. I did a change to my endpoints. Same, I have an RPC like you. Well, I forgot I did. I think I need help setting it up. So if you have an Anchor RPC, what you do is it should pop up. Well, you make an account. I made an account. Then you get your RPCs, and then you go here to API key, and then you want to get the HTTPS. And then when you copy that one, when you go back here, when I go back here, then I got to get back to the file, of course, the folder where my miner is located, because that's where I'm going to have my environment file. So the ENV file, when you open up that ENV file, it's going to ask for the anchor provider. And then that's where you enter that HTTP address. Right. But you see here, if you enter it in, you have to change mainnet to DEVnet, because they have it as mainnet. So then I had to change it to DEVnet. So make sure you're making that change to Tekken. If you're not changing, if you're running your own RPC, but you're not switching it to DEVnet from Alchemy, then that could be what you're running into as a problem. As a problemo. But yeah, like I'm saying, if you can learn how to do this, damn, look how many failed requests. Hella, man. Half of my requests to the Solana DEVnet have failed. It's crazy. Whatever though, we there for the gains. I'm in Solana for the gains. I'm keeping my eye on it, yo. Also, the reason why I'm saying make Solana Zen and sell it to the Solana people so they can make a life out of it is that if X1 is awesome, people will keep hashing solXEN, because it's solXEN miner now. Technically, this is like think of this as like a xeNBlock miner, but for Solana. So you can keep this running even after solXEN is mined out. You can keep this running. It's going to keep looking for super hashes. Now, right now, there's nothing introduced like what kind of coin or whatnot is going to be produced for the super hash. Just currently, it's just been introduced. So going into the future, you'll always be able to take Solana and turn it into XN coins by using this hashing algorithm. So that in my like, that's crazy. Like, we are setting up rails for X1, and that's why I'm like, yo, any blockchain now, if it can handle it, If the miner can run while the chain is successful, which is the whole point of solXEN, is to test Solana to see, can it really find consensus when the blocks are full, or will the chain just stay down, and will it be something where they have to turn it off, or like they have to do, so you see this program ID, they could essentially, Solana Foundation can like kill it, but it's permissionless, but they could be like, nah, that one's fucking holding, that's holding everything up, man, that's messing up the whole Solana train, right? So they could do something like that, and ask basically us to stop in a sense. But yeah, I don't know if it'll come down to that. If it did, it'd be very, again, random, and we would all be like, yo, they really did that shit. So I'm not fearing that, because I think they are supportive and they're ready for whatever Jack has in store. I see Tolly is like reblogging this full Jack. Yeah, Tolly's over here reblogging Jack. He reblogged him twice. He's hurting for some decent content of the fucking chain. He's like, man, somebody put some content out about the chain, man. So again, that's why I'm saying Solana Zen is actually good for the overall Zen community, because the problem with Zen on ETH is it's controlled by traders in Ethereum. And if you don't have a lot of Ethereum, you're just holding it. You don't really have any power until XN comes out, if you've been burning your Zen. And that's why, again, I'm still curious to why people just don't like see the light. You know, like, why does the light need to make you money to realize like this is the one, you know? But looks like it's trying to have a little run right now. I would say that's trading, right? There's a lot of hopium in the markets. You got Bitcoin up, you got Solana up. So there's a lot of hopium in the market, which is probably giving a little bit of a relief rally for the Zen world. So, you know, it's already overextended on the hourly. Like, this buying is too slow. Needs better buyers. But yeah, we'll see what it does. DXN still taking a shit. Figuring itself out. Trying to figure out who the real ones in the DXN network. I'm just holding through. I'm like eating popcorn, just watching everybody figure themselves out. I'm like, yep, I've already rage quit this shit like 5 times. I ain't gonna rage quit again. I already told myself I'm calm, I'm chill, I'm Zen. Whatever happens, happens. You know. I'm glad I sold at the top though. I sold right up here, and I made my money back for the amount of DXN I bought down here. I spent like $360 down here, and I'm just sold 100 DXN at $3.60. So that was a pretty cool move. But yeah, that's why, again, I'm feeling like crypto is so boring right now. Like, there ain't nothing really going on. There's nothing that's like innovative like XENblocks and now solXEN. Like, solXEN is innovative. All you need to do is airdrop yourself some Sol and you make a new coin, and you can instantly sell that shit on the interwebs. It's still going up over here. Oh, we got 10,000 now. I'm worried XENblocks development takes too long. Every time we as a community expect to launch, they come with a new strategy. That's part of it though. You can't work. You see, the thing is you have to. This sounds pretty dumb, but it's like being wise. So as dumb as it sounds, you got to be wise about the outcome. So you have to just wait. Like, you actually just should wait, because one day it's just gonna be out, and then everybody's gonna be like, "Wow, it's out." I built up all this anticipation for this 1 millisecond of, yo, X1 is live. It's not going to be anything different. Look at Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain been out for a whole year and it didn't even make an impact. it impacted those that sacrificed for it and living the life in it. But in the overall crypto market, it didn't even blip it, right? Solana is still trying to prove itself, and so is a lot of other coins. And that's why, again, I would say X1 doesn't necessarily need to come out to make our ecosystem successful. It's actually better if we can become sound in what we have than what is to come. Because if we can't be sound in what we have, then we have nothing in the future. And that's the difference between X1 and every other fucking blockchain to ever come out, is that it's really focused on what is coming out in the future. And the future is infinite, bro. We just added Solana to that shit. So in XENblocks, again, when X1 is live, you can sell these motherfuckers. Who cares, you know? You can get out. You can sell all your coins. Then there's going to be a group of people like myself who are going to build infrastructure for X1. We're going to use our coins, and we're going to travel into the next 5 years. And then there's going to be new shit. We're going to be asking when upgrade, bro. When X1 GitHub version 5. Like, that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be an X1 for so long. I'm like, dude, this is the 5th version of X1. You know how many versions of Bitcoin there's been? We're on 27. We're on version 27 of Bitcoin. Like, bruh. That's all I'm saying. I think, again, people got to understand ownership. It's a hard pill to swallow. And if you can't swallow it, you should just go to a different project that doesn't promote ownership. They promote like renting life, renter's life. Like that's like DXN. DXN's trying to promote ownership, but they have so many people that want a renter's life. So it's hard for it to find stability. You know, people just want the gains. That's what I mean by renter's life. You're just trying to rent some money. Like you're not trying to be wealthy. The generational wealth is like a whole different bracket of everything. Like crypto's gotten so far away from that. It's crazy that people even try to sell that shit to people. You can get some generational wealth over here. Like, nah, bro. Generational wealth in crypto is an infrastructure, and don't nobody care about that shit. So put on your fucking hard hat, learn how to mine, get to the infrastructure, because that's where the bag is going into 2026. Seeing these things pop up with different titles. Many people will probably clone solXEN because it's gonna, if it works and it fixes Solana, this is such a fun way to put a coin into existence. Still hashing. Let's see where I am on the leaderboard, because I just showed up. Because I just showed up. Oh, I'm number 300. So this isn't bad. So you see here, like, it's not like you're going to need a shit ton of Solana, but you will need quite a bit. Like, you're going to need at least 2 to 3 Solana to just mine for days, to just leave it on and let it cook. And that's just a couple days. Like if it gathers popularity and people keep mining as the amp goes down, because the price of solXEN is going up, because again, this can get taken over by Hopium crowd, right? Those that think they control the Zen narrative of like, oh, they're just gonna sell it down. Yeah, that's on fucking Zen on ETH, but Zen on Solana is brand new. So with the amp going down the way it's going down, and I mean, you're getting no coins at 89. We're at like 86. And I just started, and I only got 11,000 coins. I would need to add a lot of priority fee to speed this up. I could also do stuff like this. I can do the run and do like 100. But I don't recommend running the transaction for too long, because what happens is you can get too many collisions on the RPC and it'll crash a lot. So that's why I was running 2, because it's just like easier for me to monitor, as well as it's easier for me to monitor my my tokens, you know, because this is the same thing. It's just not running back to back to back. But this is where the dopium comes in, when you run this transaction and you start seeing this shit go like, all you know, that's where the dopium comes in mining solXEN, is watching your transactions go up. It's just like, damn, those are my hashes. And I like that. I like seeing my hashes go up. And what else is cool is you'll see here on the solXEN, website is it's live. So you see, as I'm hashing, it's going to update. Now, this is a cool feature of Solana, because since Solana is such a hard database blockchain, you can actually build live time on-chain data points. So this is running directly, like as soon as these are mining, you know, I'm getting a ping over here and it's updating over here. So that's pretty cool. That's another reason why I'm like, man, Solana is kind of cool. So yeah, you could run it something like this where you just keep it going. But again, this one you can't monitor your balance. So you're kind of just freestyling. And then you might need to check your balance somewhere, like over here, like Solana balance. So I started with 9.676. Now it's at 9.646. So you'd have to do the math on like, hey, how much am I spending over here? But see, this is also what's kind of wild. You could get dud transactions where you don't mine anything. Nothing hashes. There was 3 in a row right here. 3 in a row right here. That frequency is something that people are also putting math on top of. Crazy. Shit. Man, there's a lot in here. Do you know how long it takes to become a full blockchain? What is the plan to onboard more projects into X1? That's just it. What you got to remix the way you think about cryptocurrency, the way you articulate it. Zen is moving into the again, the infrastructure ideology of crypto, because that's where the money is. People don't care about ideology, but they care about infrastructure, and infrastructure runs off of fucking mottos. You know, like this is our motto, right? We're first principle, right? So Zen is focused on infrastructure. Development is based on tools. So the more tools that are available, the more possibilities people want to develop. Now, the thing about crypto that's hilarious is that it's like we pivoted from hashes and we only focus on DeFi now. And now we've gotten so far away from everything that no one knows what to shill anymore. You still have AI up here with internet computer, who, God, such a bad fucking blockchain. You know, you have these things up here that don't even represent artificial intelligence. Like they don't actually have the AI running the consensus, letting the human beings innovate and make better ideas. So again, we live in this ridiculous reality right now where, to be honest, it's not the right question is not to ask what are people going to build on X1, but how is X1 going to supply tools to builders? And that should give you an insight, because you can look at all these coins and see how they do it. And that's where they have hopium. Is maybe someone will use Fetch AI's task market. Maybe people will use Render's task market. Maybe people will use the graphs data points. Maybe people will use BitTensor's love for AI task market, right? I don't know why internet computers here. 400 gigabytes smart contract. Get a 400 gigabyte smart contract in the sky. This shit is so dumb. Internet computer is not helping the earth. Internet computer is like, what do you call it? It's like you know how it's like Metro PCS. Like, it's not the real thing, but it's kind of like it. And it's bad because it's just adding confusion. That's all internet computers doing. That shit is just confusing the fuck out of new developers. Like because you understand storage issues, and then you're going to learn about internet computer, and then you're going to see that that's not even the most efficient way to try to store files. Like files will probably be recompressed into some new sort of file rather than us build a fucking big bucket of data to possibly host a bunch of files. That sounds fucking dumb, but I don't know. I see the again, technology is so far behind where technology is at the current moment. Like what they're selling to people is so far behind, bro. Like gambling, like DWF Lab Portfolio. What is that? The DWF Labs Portfolio. Man, crypto's down bad. Motherfuckers got no direction. Like this to me is down bad. But they would say I'm down bad because my chart is, but your chart has no life. All of crypto's fucking down bad, bro. It ain't just Zen, it's everybody. No one knows what to sell to these Wall Street heads. All the people wanted was GameStop. Isn't this supposed to show me that yeah, we all the way down here. We were 100%, but you see, now we're back to 89%, just like that. Yakety yak, just like that. Take it easy on them. Hashless, solXEN and nullXEN. Bruh, I just had a fucking epic idea. Let's launch a coin that mints an empty hash. Yo, that's actually pretty cool. But see that so you see what I mean, Tree? Like the difference of what we can think of how we can take crypto and manipulate it so other users can have a different distribution experience is like epic when we add the hash. Because once you add the hash, you really are like Satoshi. Satoshi used the SHA-256 hash to bring reason to why Bitcoin can even be thought of as a medium of exchange, right? Because we're exchanging the SHA-256 password at the end of the day. And we even with these transactions, like if I go look at this transaction, this is encrypted into the like blockchain, right? So like if I go to the Explorer and I go explore, theoretically, like that's what's happening here. It's just passwords encrypted in like, I can't believe we're like really dumbing this shit down to P.o.P tokens instead of just recreating ownership. I mean, that's all we're doing in the Zen world. We're just teaching people how to own their crypto, and the best way to do it is to show them how to own a hash. Nothing is realer than owning a hash. You just haven't done it yet. I mean, when you do it on XENblocks, it feels great. When you do it on Solana, it feels devilish. It's like, ooh, they don't know what's coming. This is fun, you know. When I'm doing it on XENblocks, I'm really like, wow, I'm creating the next security coin, like the next version of what it is to secure a network. You know, and there's going to be distros. I already thought of this. There'll be other distros that will utilize the XENblocks difficulty to make their chain as like a trust. So instead of trusting, it's like a difficulty of a bunch of people. That's what's happening in Solana. Like Solana latching on low-key to Jack right now is like them trusting he's going to bring difficulty to the chain. And that's actually good for them. And we're using them as a billboard. So it's like, y'all are bringing difficulty to our chain because now people can see how difficult it is to release on your chain. Or now people can see the behind the scenes of how to do stuff on your chain, right? So there's a healthy medium of actual barter happening. But on the XENblocks level, again, we haven't included anyone yet. But what's stopping Jack from connecting XENblocks to Solana? And then now, like, he's like, oh, we're going to airdrop. I mean, I'm just pulling shit out of my ass. But, like, what if he's like, yo, we're just going to take this now and import these hashes to Solana since they're already valid on X1 chain. and now you're hashing XENblocks on Solana and X1 because they're sending a relay back to Solana to just keep this whole like hash shit together just to fuck with people. Right? Where's the real value in that at that point? Because you're over here screaming and shouting, if you're really a trader, like that value is in the market cap. But then you have these real crypto users that are saying, no, value is in the hash and the integrity of the way that it's handled. And then you actually have these OGs that are pushing this shit by pumping Solana because they won't give a fuck. Even though Solana goes down, they won't give a fuck. They're going to pump this shit. That's why we have to be there. We have to be there for when they mega pump Solana to $1,000. solXEN is going to be on Solana when it does that. We're a part of it now. And I can't wait for them to do it. I have my solXEN ready for the pump. Everything goes up. And then, yeah, that coin that helps Solana get beyond the dynamic fee and teach people how to actually use the chain. Epic. Epic. Not the real carrier like T-Mobile. That's like Simple Talk. Simple Talk is AT&T. But the cell phone companies do that. I used to work in cell phones, so like, yeah, cell phone companies, they make smaller subdivisions based on their lower tier frequencies to make money from people who can't afford the $80 plan. And that's how they maintain their network, and that's cool, you know. Again, I mean, that's fractionalizing it. You can see that as like Metro PCS or like Simple Talk is like base and optimism for like Ethereum, where they're like fractionalizing the signal so it's cheaper for those that can't get the like main signal. They can get like what's considered the reach, and the reach could get bigger than the main signal. And then you got to shuffle people back to the main vibe, you know. That shit keeps going on and on. Bro, I'm an AI bot that can help you set up all this technical Linux stuff with ChatGPT that can fix the errors in real time. There's people working on that actually. I mean, that's pretty much what it is at this point. The problem though with GPT is it doesn't teach you fundamentals. So you still need to go out and do the research on like why you got to that answer. Or you need to come in with the research to understand why it came to that answer that you were looking for. So that's the problem with the whole GPT auto experience right now. Is we still don't have all the answers. So these things are still learning as they go, and input, like I think in like 4 to 5 years, like we'll have enough data and put it into GPT to really say we have an assistant. But that's 2028, 29. We'll get into those vibes. We're just getting started with GPT. I mean, did you see what Google did yesterday? AI. Like, man, we've been talking about AI and Zen crypto since September. Like, we've been at the forefront of this whole technology shit forever, and it's just a matter of time before people discover what we really got cooking over here. But I've been streaming for too fucking long. I need to go and do some other stuff. Get into the gym, keep getting swoles. In case you didn't know, Zen Crypto. I hope people find value in these videos. Hit the like button if you do. Hit the dislike button if you want. I'm looking for more dislikes now. It's kind of crazy. It's like I'll be looking at my videos. I'm like, damn, not a lot of people dislike. So throw a dislike if you like. Throw a dislike. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, possibly. And yeah, run it back if you want to learn how to make the Solana miner on Mac. It's in the motherfucking video. Peace.
Astronaut.